What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 9 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game Pacman Versus, which was released for the Nintendo GameCube by Namco and Nintendo. And it was pretty much included in the Pacman Versus Pacman World 2 combo pack, also for the GameCube. And essentially, Pacman Versus is originally came out as a exclusive to the GameCube, but it was pretty much a part of the Namco Museum DS compilation game for the Nintendo DS and the 2017 version of the Namco Museum compilation game for the Nintendo Switch and stuff like that. And essentially, it's pretty much had the same premise as the original Pac-Man game, but it's not like a two-player alternating game, but it essentially a four-player co-op game where one player controls Pac-Man while the other three players control the three ghosts and stuff like that. And essentially, for the sake of this review, I'm going to talk about their GameCube version and stuff like that. Now, it is worth noting that Shigeru Miyamoto pretty much was the head designer for this game with Nintendo EDA and stuff like that. Now, that pretty much explains why Mario is the announcer for Pac-Man Versus and everything. Now, essentially, Pac-Man Versus has 6 different mazes that can be played through, which are the original Pac-Man maze, Panic Pier, Frantic Forest, R.I.P. Park, Manic Manor, and Haunted Hill. And you can have between 2 and 4 players and stuff like that. And it's worth noting that as far as the player who controls Pac-Man, that player would need the GameCube, Game Boy Advance cable along with the Game Boy Advance itself to control Pac-Man, while the other 3 players use the GameCube controller and stuff like that. And pretty much for the controller, for the player who controls Pac-Man, they would need 7,000, 10,000, or 15,000 points to win and stuff like that. Now, one thing I can say is that the graphics and design for Pac-Man Versus are pretty good with some nice color palettes and stuff like that. The controls and gameplay are pretty good. Having Pac-Man being controlled with the Game Boy Advance is a nice touch, along with the fact that it is a 4-player co-op multiplayer and stuff like that. The soundtrack and sound effects are pretty good, and they're pretty consistent with what you would hear within the Pac-Man series and stuff. I would say the only gripe that I have is the fact that Pac-Man Versus doesn't have a single player mode in it. I guess that was the point to have Pac-Man Versus being a multiplayer game, but that's a minor gripe though. I would say that Pac-Man Versus is a pretty good game within the Pac-Man series, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody who is a fan of the Pac-Man series and stuff like that. Now, as far as the score, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10 because a lot of the gripes that I have is, for the most part, minor. And with that being said, if you can talk about what you liked about this game in the comment section of the video, you can sound off about it and stuff. With that being said, if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy, Big Metro Fan 9, signing off.